right, y'all hear me? Good sound?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the North Carolina Roots Fest, brought to you by the North Carolina 100. What an awesome songbird we just got through listening to, Miss Sasha King.
Absolutely.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. Listen, we have the very special guest with her. We have the CEO of North Carolina Roots, NC100, the man with the plan, Mr. Merald Holloway. How are you, sir?
I'm hanging in there, brother.
Right on, brother.
Appreciate it.
Very nice to meet you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Listen,
sir.
man, how did you get your start within community work? How did community work connect with entrepreneurship?
Yeah, how to connect. Well, I grew up, here in Reidsville, and spent a long time thinking about what I wanted to do after graduating college. Went to school in the Triangle. Raleigh-Durham area. Went to school in Chapel Hill.
Right on.
And I was around a whole bunch of movers and shakers and people that had some real clear ideas of what they wanted to do.
Absolutely.
While they were in school, and I wasn't one of those kids. I just kind of was winging it. Just wanted to get out of Rockingham County, and
no doubt.
And I just learned just by learning the people I was in class with. Taking certain classes, basic economics. I went to the corporate space right after graduation. I was just kind of seeing like this tie into there's like all of these factors that like create entrepreneurs, and it's like you have to see other people doing it. You have to have those resources in place and kind of know how to navigate the community college, your local municipalities and other nonprofits. And after about 20 years of working in the corporate space, I spent 8 years working for a nonprofit that was focused on rural economic development. And it was all over the state. I ended up doing some work in California and Chicago and DC, and I was like, all these things that people have access to, it's just a simple you need somebody to hip you to it.
That's right.
And so I figured, like, how come we couldn't do this in Rockingham County? And so probably about 15 years ago, we started doing, me and some other people who had graduated from Rockingham County, a young lady named Stevette Watkins, started this movement to kind of see how we could get people from Rockingham County that love Reidsville, love Eden, love Madison, love Stoneville. How could you come back, plug in to the community, to the economic development, even if you weren't going to live here? And so we started doing some work and started supporting young people who were going to college, and then we realized that we wanted to support young people who weren't going to college. Multiple ways to be successful.
Sure.
And you don't have to necessarily go work for somebody to be successful. And so even something like this we're doing today, hopefully we're going to encourage people who have like artistic talent to take that talent and turn it into a career.
Yeah, man.
And so, 10 years with, 15 years between doing that work and then NC100 that started in 2018, we figured we would, get people from community, people from Raleigh, people from Washington, D.C., all the people that I know, all of our network, and bring them to this space and figure out what do you know that other folks don't know.
Yeah, man, I absolutely love that, man. I got a question for you, man. It takes a special person to galvanize people together in one place with unity and peace. Do you think politics is in your future?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Brother, I had to ask you, though.
I'm a little too blunt. I'm a little too honest, and I'm a little too equity and inclusion focused. And
right on.
If you've seen kind of what's been going on
in
our federal government,
come on, man.
Some stuff in our state government, there's not everyone in that space is aligned to equity, inclusion, and diversity. And all those things. And so I think sometimes when you're running for public office, you kind of have to mute some of that stuff, and I'm not one of these people that wants to mute that stuff, especially about the historical underutilization, underconnectedness of black and brown folks.
Come on, man. Great answer. Lastly, I want to ask you a little bit about the struggles that we see.
Absolutely.
With Black Americans in entrepreneurship. I heard you say before, you talked a little bit about resources. I myself know totally about that. Can you talk about a way that we have to fight through that and still make it happen with the resources,
Yeah, so the people who do find ways to navigate these resources have to be able to give back, because we can no longer get ourselves in a situation where we work really hard, we build some success, we start a business, we make a little money, and then we're afraid to tell that next man or next woman how we did it. There's plenty of resources and opportunities out there for us not to be stingy with it. So we gotta form a collective, because the thing I said earlier about we were so focused on our early work about focusing on young people who wanted to go to college. There are other ways to kind of build success that don't include that. And sometimes, not all the time, but some of the folks that end up getting that access, they kind of keep it to themselves, or they create a separate class of black and brown folks. But we all getting pulled over at the same time. So we got a real unity, and we also have to see people who look like us doing some of these things and being in some of these places. So you get that entitlement. I'm supposed to be in any room I find myself in.
Come on, man.
So if we don't have that mentality to be like, I'm supposed to be here, I'm supposed to be there, and it's only for a select few, people will just give up. So we just gotta have
I love
collective.
It, man. Man, look like we done got a little bit of that Holy Ghost done rolled through here a little bit on us. You know what I'm saying? For Miss Sasha King.
She's the best.
She's the best, man. You know what I'm saying?
So one of the things I want to share is, and Lady Shar said it at the beginning, we've been doing this for 3 years.
Yes.
But we have found a whole group of people around here in Rockingham County that love the arts, that want to contribute to something like this.
Yes.
And so the next time that this event happens, it will be organized and run through those people.
Yeah.
So that's why people are filling out the survey. That's why people are reaching out to us. And we're going to help that group of people that live here support diverse creators, have an opportunity to showcase their skills.
Absolutely, man. Listen, lastly, man, can you talk a little bit about what's next for you, Mr. Holloway?
Oh, for me?
On this journey.
Well,
and you can say what's next for this, not necessarily yourself. If you don't want to divulge of that information, but if you want to talk a little bit about what's next for this great event, the North Carolina Roots Fest, NC100.
So 2 things. So the Roots Fest, there will be a arts collective that is created that we will support. We have connected them to funders. We have this planning committee, this great planning committee that, you talk to some of the folks who kind of done the planning. They are focused on building a collective. I'm going to do the best I can to support them in building something that is organically here, and the people live here to get people created. Because I love Rockingham County. I love Reidsville, where I grew up. I don't live here. A lot of our board members don't live here, but we love Rockingham County and want to support. So that's what's going on for Roots Fest. As for NC100, we are continuing to build our capacity building. So anybody who is trying to think about how to do social enterprise, anybody that wants to get their children or families involved in youth development, we're here for them. We are here to continue working with the city, the county, the health system, the school system on getting people digitally literate. Those are the things that are coming up, man. So big things coming up for Roots Fest in the future. Hopefully there'll be another one in 2026.
Oh, yes, sir.
We're going to say it is. Yeah, we're going to say it's going to happen in 2026. But that collective, that nonprofit that's going to get started to own this, that's going to get finished and collected this year. And the NC100 will do whatever they can to support.
Right on.
And then any other stuff is happening.
Right on. Mr. Merald, thank you so much for a little bit of your time, man. I know you're a busy man.
Well, hey,
you got to get out here and talk to the folks.
I'm going to go try to meet and talk to all the people at the table that came out here to support us. And, for people, listen to this or, kind of thinking through this, go see us on NC-100.org, donate, because this can't happen unless people donate and help us with contributions. This event, just bare bones to make this event happen, $12,000-$13,000 went into this, and so we can't do all of that without the support of people.
That's right.
And they're a valuable resource. So if anybody's got any of their time, their monetary resources, their thought partnership, we need it all, because we can't keep this going without the people.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for plugging that too, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all for coming out.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Again, this is the NC Roots Fest, brought to you by the North Carolina 100. I'm Chris Ross of the Black Ross Network. We'll be right back with more conversations. Some Mixed Network Productions. Peace.